All yappers come to the front. All yappers come to the front.
Hi everyone, my name is Jhordan, and I'm here to talk about the power of honing your vulnerability and overcoming the fear of perception. So, first things first, I just want to get into it that I'm along this journey as well of honing my own vulnerability. And as I go along, I'm going to learn, I'm going to adjust. But I think it was essential to talk about this because there's so much good that can come from being vulnerable, and we don't realize that we are holding back ourselves by holding back ourselves. So we aren't able to help others, share valuable tips, valuable information from our own experiences, from our own perception, just because we're afraid of, being judged or being criticized or just seeming like you're speaking out of fluff. So the first thing I want to get into is to just shift your focus from feeling judged to creating an impact. So basically, instead of worrying about how others might view you or judge you, I think it's important to focus on how your own experiences, your own, story can impact the lives of others, even change the trajectory of the lives of others. Listen, don't be afraid of people judging your story or your life, even though they might, but that's up to them. There is more there's a higher percentage of individuals that can learn from you versus those who will judge you. And the persons who are judging you fail to recognize it themselves that they may need this information to help them. So it's never a case where, oh, everybody's going to love your story, everybody's going to love what you have to say, everybody's going to feel impacted. However, there's going to be a percentage of individuals that will hear your story, will hear your message, and feel the urge or the courage or the strength to take that step, to take that leap, to take that risk, um, just because they know you went through it. This is your story. This is how you overcame that circumstance or that situation, etc. Whatever the case might be.
And it doesn't matter if you're not qualified to speak on a topic or to speak on a situation just because you're not a therapist or whatever the case might be. Somebody told me that before, and it granted my gears to continue doing exactly what I'm already doing and providing advice, providing help, providing assistance through my own story and my own experience. Because how are you gonna tell me that just because I'm not a qualified individual in something or I'm not a therapist, I don't know what I'm talking about? I've done this before. I've experienced this before firsthand. It doesn't matter if you're qualified to speak on a topic. It doesn't matter if you're a therapist or whatever people might say about you. You have gained first-hand knowledge and first-hand experience to speak about your story, to share your message in order to help others. So point 2, practice small acts of vulnerability. So this is for me and this is for you. Okay, I don't like sharing anything about myself. I don't like people seeing that I am a human being and I have feelings and I have emotions, even though they see it every day. So what I'm starting to do is share little pieces, little stories, little things that I would guard with others that I'm beginning to trust. Opening up myself to trusting people, having less surface level conversations with my loved ones, and starting to to share things that I'm passionate about, share things that I care about, and just share myself overall. So you can start by sharing with a small group of people that you already trust, that you're already comfortable with. You can be yourself, your authentic self around, and just share bits and pieces that you think it's okay for you to share. It builds connections, it builds trust, it builds bonds, and we love a bond. And gradually, you will build the confidence to be more open in public spaces, to share your story to even strangers, and just as I said, provide that impact to others. Open yourself up to opportunities, and just free yourself, girl. Free your inhibitions, feel the rain on your skin. My third point is to reframe perception as connection. What being vulnerable does and overcoming your fear of being perceived, it creates this bond between you and whoever you're sharing with. So it fosters genuine connections. And I think that's always good. I think after a while of not sharing, not being vulnerable, but craving connections, you realize that there's a gap between who you are and where you want to be. And in order to fill that gap, you have to become more vulnerable. You have to overcome that fear of being perceived. Have the courage, have the strength to be real with yourself, to be authentic with yourself, to free yourself, and encourage others to embrace who they are, embrace their authenticity, and be okay in sharing their own stories to impact others as well. All right, next point 4, develop a strong sense of self. Listen, I had to do this. I was, I'm not gonna tell y'all, but it helps to know yourself. It helps to learn about yourself. It helps to gain confidence in yourself. It helps to assure yourself and affirm yourself. Okay, listen to Big Sis J. It helps to know who you are, because when you know who you are, nobody can tell you who you are. Nobody can project their insecurities on to you. Okay, and if they want to judge you, that's fine. We're all free to judge. However, I know who I am. You can't tell me who I am. There might be adjustments that needs to be made. That's perfectly fine. That's perfectly fine. We grow in our own way every day or in each stage of our lives. However, have confidence in yourself, girl. Believe in yourself, girl. Don't let nobody tell you who you are, girl or guy. So, anyways, ground yourself in self love and self worth. Know who you are. Be confident in who you are. Accept your flaws. Accept your insecurities. Accept the good and the bad about you. Become self aware about who you are in order to gain that self confidence. I want to get into self concept and self perception because they all tie together. But what that basically is how you view yourself, what you think about yourself, which then flows into who you think you are or who you believe you are and how you portray yourself to the outside world. So for me, journaling has helped 1,000%. I write everything. I'm a millennial slash Gen Z, so I was in the era of writing everything, taking notes. You can see, yeah, I write. So journaling, saying positive affirmations, listening to YouTube videos of positive affirmations, and practicing mindfulness really helps with shifting that mindset of sitting in judgment and insecurity into soaring in self-confidence, self-worth, all that fun, beautiful stuff. With me getting a sister, it showed me that I couldn't be who I was. It showed me that I had to change my own perception of myself, because now this little girl is looking up to me as, is she somebody I can take notes from? Is she somebody that can help me live the life that I want to live? So I had to change who I was, how I was living, how I was thinking, what I was accepting, what I was tolerating. I had to change all of those things about myself so that she can have someone to look up to, basically, because I really didn't have that. So I share my stories with her. I share my experiences with her. I share my lessons with her. I share advice on anything that she needs advice on. Even if she doesn't want that advice, I'm sharing it with her because I'm going to let her know that, listen, this is what it is. And I'm always going to be logical, and everybody knows that. This is what it is. This is how you're going to approach it. If you need to be intentional, if you need to be strategic, whatever the case is, you're going to be confident in yourself. You're going to go after your goals. You're going to not care what other people think or fear judgment or fear people looking at you a certain way or want to be included in certain things, want to be included in certain friend groups. Be who you are. Love who you are. You know? That's something I had to learn myself, and it was challenging for me. But now that I am equipped with the experience, I've been through certain things, I'm gonna tell her, listen, this is what it is, this is what it isn't. I'm going to share. She's my place of vulnerability, so it's easy for me to be who I am around her because she's literally like my younger me. So I take that as a personal responsibility to be vulnerable with her, tell her what it is, open up to her, and just show that side of myself to her. Connections and bonds really help to carry individuals through this thing called life. No man is an island. We can't do this by ourselves alone. To build a flourishing company, you need a proper, competent team. To build who you are as an individual, you need a strong, supportive group or a strong, supportive community, a strong group of friends, whatever the case might be. You need to learn to open up yourself. You need to learn to become vulnerable, but you also need to learn to be confident in yourself, to accept yourself as you are, and to not fear being judged or criticized. Period. Which takes me to my last point. Learn to separate constructive criticism versus projection. No, in Jamaica we have a saying, and I heard Tosh Alexander talking about this the other day on her TikTok. Mouth make for talk, so make them do that. That's all it does. The things people say can impact your life and your reputation, yes. However, the things people say about you should not have more weight than how you view yourself, how you carry yourself, your own self-confidence. Don't make nobody tell you who you are. Be confident in yourself. Always. You don't feel strong enough in something, you don't feel competent enough in something, you can do your research, you can practice it yourself, you can seek mentorship. But don't make nobody tell you who you are. Don't make nobody tell you, say, you cannot do something simply because they could not do it. Don't make nobody tell you you should stop doing, you should give up, you should quit because that's what they did. Honey, we're two different people with two different realities, with two different mindsets, with two different self beliefs and self concepts. What you did and what you're telling me has no weight. It holds no weight. It holds no space in my life. There's a saying that says, a tree that does not bear fruit or shade has no power talking about what's going on over here with my tree and my fruits. Okay? It's not word for word, but basically, what you did with your life and what I'm trying to do with my life, I accept, what you have to say. However, this is the route I'm taking. You're not going to project your insecurities onto me and make me fearful, put fear into my spirit, and tell me I cannot achieve what I am destined to achieve. You're not going to dull my purpose. Period. So, separate constructive criticism. Yes, you might be doing something and someone in the field, someone in, a similar industry, or someone who has just experienced what you've experienced before, they can help you. They can help to guide you. That's what mentors are for. This is nothing. What you're experiencing is nothing new. These paths, they're not new. There are people who have walked it before, and there's people who have walked through it and overcame those circumstances and situations before. So accept constructive criticism, however, separate it from negative projections from other individuals. That's all I have to say today. I yapped and I'm out. Thank you guys for watching. Remember to subscribe, hit the notification bell, like this video if you liked this video, and look out for more videos. Share it with a friend, share it with a family member, share it with a colleague, share it with a coworker, share it with your man, share it with your girl. Bye guys.